is Christoppher D, Stackhouse Senior, pastor at Lewis Chapel Missionary Baptist Church. One church, 3 locations. This is Pastor Chef. This is Pastor Chef's Kitchen. And we have 2 special guest chefs, our producers of the show. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then we're going to get down to the cooking.
Darlene Brown from right here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, born and raised.
Yeah, favorite thing to cook.
Oh, lasagna now. Lasagna.
You wasn't ready for it. Okay. now she's trying to think of what it is. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Beverly Grayman Ricks. I'm from Harlem, New York. What's my favorite thing to cook? Rutabaga. Rutabaga.
Rutabaga.
All right.
What is?
It's a turnip.
It's a turnip.
It's another. There's turnips and there's rutabagas.
Okay.
They're both root vegetables.
All right. When you're making your lasagna, give me a heads up. Let me know. When you're making your rutabaga, you keep that to yourself. All right. Rutabaga. Like,
I know.
Come on. Rutabaga. Yeah, look, and I'm sure it's delicious.
It is to me.
And I'm sure it's delicious. So I called Sister Darlene, I called Sister Beverly, and I said one thing we need to do is we need to get a recipe that people can do that's quick. If you're, you got kids to take care of, you got something to do right quick. You don't have a lot of time to do a whole lot of measuring and weighing and mixing and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna do 2 quick meals today so that you out there, when you need to make something quick, can have a recipe and some stuff that you can cook for you or your family or whoever. All right, so who's starting out?
I believe I am ready.
Let's do it.
Okay, so, all right, y'all. I'll put in these comments. You remember this, don't you? Hamburger helper. So this is what we are going to cook today, and it is the hamburger helper 3 cheese, but we're going to use turkey because turkey is lean, it's healthy.
And I don't eat beef.
And Reverend don't eat beef.
Yeah,
okay?
I don't eat beef.
He don't eat beef. So what I'm going to do now first is I'm going to go over to the skillet, spray the skillet, put the turkey in, and let it cook. I'm not using any onions, any green peppers, none of that stuff. Reverend's going to open that up, and then we're going to chop this up over there.
And we're going to spray the pan.
Skillet, we're going to
spray the pan because this is this doesn't have a lot of natural oils. So in order to make sure it doesn't stick to the pan, we add a little bit of our own. So all right, this is lean. 93% lean, only 7% fat. So we got to add a little bit to keep it from sticking to the pan.
That's right. So we're gonna spray this up. There we go, Reverend. So here we ready.
All right. Now let me ask you something. This pan looks very unique. It doesn't look like a regular skillet, a regular kind of pan. What kind of pan is this?
This pan is a pan from the Magnolite company.
The Magnolite?
Magnolite. This pan, this type of pot originated in Louisiana. Every single one of your members who are from the state of Louisiana got some kind of Magnolite pot.
So the Glossins,
his name just went right out of my head, and he's my in-law. Mr. Wire.
Okay. Yeah. Brother Wire.
Brother Wire and Darlene, what's the name's name? You know what I'm talking about.
What's his name?
Dorothy Hawkins is from Louisiana. She's probably got a Magnolite pot. Now, some people have a whole set. Some people just have a few pieces. But the first time I had food out of one of those pots was in Louisiana. And every time I went to Louisiana, I went to Walmart and got another pot. So I have a whole set. I got the roaster. I got the pots that you cook in, saute pans and all that. The trick is that when you put the top on this, the seal, it's a solid seal.
Are we putting the top on this, or we don't need?
We're gonna put the top on it. Just.
Am I chopping this up enough?
You're doing good. You keep going.
I didn't know how much I needed to chop it up.
You're gonna chop it up. Remember, it's hamburger help. Remember when we were growing up?
Full
Everybody
disclosure.
had to get some.
Full disclosure. I've never eaten a hamburger helper because it's hamburger, and I don't eat hamburger. So, so this would be another first for me in Pastor Chef's kitchen.
Okay.
I know people be like, how is it possible you have never had hamburger helper?
That's what they're saying right now.
Yeah, it is. But I've never had hamburger helper because I don't eat hamburger. So I don't need hamburger, nor nothing helping it. But turkey helper is different.
Okay, now I'm gonna go get the seasoning.
Okay. All right. We gotta season this up.
That's all right. Not too much. Growing up, we put salt in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I looked at the salt content, and we really don't need to add any salt because that mixture has a lot of sodium in it.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
So we're gonna put a little bit of pepper in here. And then we're gonna use a little
All right,
bit.
I'm about to say, you say a little bit of pepper. You doing a whole lot of sprinkling.
You know how I feel.
I know how you roll.
Okay, and then a little bit of paprika,
Mm-hmm.
Spanish style. Okay. So we'll
It's
leave
gotta
that
be
there
done,
for a
isn't
minute.
it?
Yeah, you leave that there for a minute. You go ahead and put that top in there.
Does it go on a certain way?
You see. Go ahead.
That.
See how it measures up?
Mm-hmm.
Just like that.
Oh, there it is. All right, so we're gonna strain it now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll strain it over here.
And you know, Reverend, there's not a lot to strain because it's turkey.
Because it's turkey, yeah.
So we
Matter
might
of fact,
need to just leave that right alone.
Yeah, actually, we don't need to strain it because turkey's so lean, there's nothing to
Right.
strain it from.
Right. So now what you're gonna do is
So if that was beef, we would need to strain it.
if this was beef or chicken, you would have to strain.
See, that's why we don't mess with that beef.
Okay? Because it don't be doing what it needs to do. Right?
Yeah. Beef don't do
Don't
right.
do it. So now growing up,
Mm-hmm.
we use evaporated milk.
To do what?
To cook.
In it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because you know that other milk, we needed it for what? Syrup.
Syrup. Uh-huh.
So we're going to use a cup of milk. We're going to use half evaporated, is already concentrated. So you're going to put half that in there.
So half a cup of evaporated.
Uh-huh. And then half a cup of that water.
Half a cup of the water.
Okay. So right now,
It
you're
looks
going to
about
put some
half.
more in there in a minute.
Okay.
Okay? Get just a little bubbly there. Okay?
Okay. So we're gonna leave that on there.
Just for about a minute or so, just so we can get some mixture of the milk, the water, the seasoning, and the meat.
Put it all together.
Yeah.
After we do that, I see we have some oil.
We got
What
some
are
oil.
we
We're
gonna
gonna
do
put a
with that?
little bit of oil in here then. If we had to strain,
Mm-hmm.
we would have taken all of the oil out and then had to replace it with with olive oil. But we're just going to use a little bit of
You
olive
take the oil out.
and the
and then
water
put some
and
different
then
oil
put
in.
some different oil in.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm following your lead on it.
All right.
Okay. Now, how old would you say this pan is?
How old is it?
Mm-hmm.
This pan is 10 years old.
10 years.
No, it's not. It's older than that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look like it's.
This is about, I think we got
I
this
got more
20
than
years
10,
ago.
10 year miles on it. 20 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, I've seen some that they look so old, but they're cooking it out of these pots is phenomenal. So there you go. See how quick that was?
Mm-hmm.
So that's done. So we turn that down a little bit more. Let's get the rest of that water.
All right.
Put it on in here. All right.
That's not too much water?
Nope, because you got pasta coming.
I do have pasta coming. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all the water that we need.
That's all the water we need right now. Let's do a little bit of that olive oil in that tablespoon right there.
Okay, so a tablespoon of olive oil. Got it.
A teaspoon of it.
Oh yeah. No, just say tablespoon.
Okay.
So tablespoon?
The
The whole tablespoon or half of it? Or?
whole tablespoon.
The whole tablespoon. All right.
There you go. Again, mixing mixing up, right? Now we're gonna do what we do. Okay, let that sit there for a minute. Going back project style. Gotta open up the the hamburger helper.
All right, now that pack is gonna do 1 box.
That's it.
Got it. Okay. Hamburger
So you wanna
helper.
open it?
3 cheese.
I don't know what you have.
Yeah, it's over there.
That's just how difficult it was as growing up. Get in the box. It was that difficult. That's how it was.
This box trying to embarrass me.
No, it was difficult.
There we go. We got it.
Okay.
We got
it. We want to add that first.
Okay.
And then we're gonna come back and we'll take this with us.
Okay.
We're gonna add
We're
this
gonna put this in and then
No, we're gonna put this in first.
we're gonna put that in first.
Okay.
I need to do any more stirring around?
Once you pour that in there, so
Then
try to eat, kind of disperse it. All right.
I'll stir it around now?
Stir it around.
Okay. You say this a 1-pot meal?
1-pot meal.
Everything's gonna go in this 1 pot.
Uh-huh.
That does make it easy.
It's easy. You just put everything in 1 pot. And we did that mix, right?
Yeah, that's
Mixing good?
Yeah, that's starting to look really good.
Okay.
It thickened up a lot too with that.
Now you're gonna pour your noodles in.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna have to add what?
Some water.
There you go.
That's half.
Yeah.
How long does it take the noodles to cook in
This
there?
ain't gonna take, but that's one of the questions that Sister Brown asked. Well,
These
these
special noodles.
Yeah, they dehydrate them, so now we're rehydrating.
Got it. So it's not like the other kind of noodles. So it's really made for a quick meal.
They did. Okay, so kind of spread it around spread it out around the pot. We're gonna put the lid on it and let it just cook for a little bit till those noodles get soft.
All right. Now, about how long do you think we'll leave it like that on low
We're
heat?
probably gonna leave it on low heat for about 2 or 3 minutes, if that.
That's it? 2 or 3 minutes, if that long? Wow, that's a very quick and easy meal. That's easy. That's what we're doing. Quick meals you can do for the family when you don't have a whole lot of time to take a whole lot of time.
You ain't got a whole lot of time.
All right. Be right back. All right, this is the next part. So we have our turkey helper. It's done. Hamburger with turkey.
Yeah, turkey.
So we got our turkey helper. That's done. Now we're going to do something else that's quick and easy and good. So what is that?
We're going to do grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese is something.
When's the last time you had a grilled cheese?
This morning when I tested this out.
All right, well, let me say before that then. When was the last time?
15, 20 years ago.
Been a while. When the last time you had a grilled cheese sandwich?
15, 20 years ago.
I used to eat them all the time. And they're good.
Yeah.
They're good. It's a good meal, and so here we go. Let's go over a grilled cheese.
So what we're going to do to complement the grilled cheese sandwiches, you can do any kind of soup, but we're going to, for purposes of today, we're going to do tomato soup.
Okay.
And you actually can make this from scratch, but in order to save time also, we just called on Progresso. And
So that's what we're doing. We're finding ways to get a meal and save time.
Do it quick. And we've got 2 kinds here, but we've got creamy tomato with basil, and then we just have tomato basil. So which one do you think you might be more interested in?
Give me the creamy. I like the soup. You got a little bit of
we're
substance
going to do the creamy. And the Progresso has actually a little bit less salt than some of the other ones. So we're going to ask Miss Rich if she'll go ahead, so we won't have to go over to the stove, if she'll go ahead and let this be kind of cooking and warming up while we're getting ready.
All right.
See that sodium on there?
Yeah, and I also see you can put it in the microwave if you need to.
Yes, you can put it in the microwave if you need
Not
to.
in the can.
Not in the can.
Not
in the can. You can do that.
Tear your house up.
I know, tear a whole lot of things up. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do the grilled cheese 2 ways.
Okay.
We're gonna do it with just the cheese.
All right.
And a lot of people will do the cheese slices, which you can do that also. Then you can get a block of cheese and just grate it yourself. But we're just gonna go on and use the shredded. And we're doing Great Value Walmart's brand. You can do any kind that you like yourself.
Any kind of cheese, whatever you fancy.
Whatever you're fancy. So we're gonna do one cheese, grilled cheese with just the cheese, and then we're gonna do another one. We're gonna, knock it up a notch.
Yeah,
Where we're going to add sliced tomato, and we're gonna get you to do a couple of slices of that tomato, and then we're gonna also add sliced bacon.
Got it.
To the one that we're gonna pump up.
Bacon makes everything.
Bacon makes
it
everything.
It makes everything better.
And what we did earlier, we went ahead and actually cooked the bacon earlier.
Okay.
We may still put it on here to kind of put a little more heat up a little bit to it. But what we're going to do is we're going to start out, first of all, and I did unsalted butter because you're already going to get a lot of salt in the cheese. You're going to have salt in that tomato, that soup over there. So we're only going to do a little bit.
And you're being very salt conscious.
I'm trying to get a little healthy, trying to get rid of that one blood pressure pill.
Got it.
So what we're gonna do is, and some people will spread the butter on the bread and then put it on, but we're actually gonna put the butter on here and then put the bread on top. Okay.
Now you're gonna take the stick of butter and just go like that?
I hadn't done that. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it a little bit. And actually,
then move it around.
Move it around, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna have you go ahead and cut the tomato into some slices. It's kind of a little thin. I don't know which knife might be best for you. You can go with that one, or we can switch out.
Probably.
You take that one. Well, let me get that one from you so I can cut the butter up.
I cut it this way?
You want slices.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Going in this
Yes,
right?
Slices, And I'm just gonna do little pieces of butter. This should be good and hot. And you can use your skillet. We're just doing this griddle so that we can put more on it than trying to do two separate times in a skillet. And then the butter depends on however much you want to use, because a lot of butter might not be too good either. So we're gonna do that.
That's a great thing about cooking. You get to determine how much butter, how much salt, how much, but when you go out, it's just whatever their recipe calls for.
Right, exactly. And I'm just
so I thought you were gonna move it around with a spatula, but you moved it around with the bread. That works.
Starting off, yeah.
That works.
And we're just using regular Wonder bread. I worked it out. I tried this morning with sourdough bread, and I said, you know what? They might not like the sourdough bread. So.
Did you like it?
I may have had too much butter. Actually, it's probably, I think, what my problem was this morning. But not really.
Not really.
Not really. Any old.
Yeah. I'm a fan. You give me some regular bread.
Yeah.
And we can call it a day.
So we're gonna just kind of let the bread get a little of this butter on it, and kind of go a little bit. Only for maybe about 1 or 2 minutes. Kind of let that get on there, and then we're gonna sprinkle some of the cheese on them. Yeah, and probably, just 1 or 2 of those was good, unless somebody.
When I get to cut, I'm in a zone.
So we're gonna get you to go ahead and put some cheese just on 2 of the breads.
Okay.
2 of the breads. And it's whatever your heart content. If you like a lot of cheese,
my heart content, I might dump this whole bag. Make sure we.
Yeah, you
got
it.
Corners
Yeah, he got. That should be a right good amount. Of cheese.
A right good amount.
A right good amount of cheese.
That's what we were talking about. That's
a right good amount of cheese. Now we'll let this one be just strictly cheese.
Okay.
So on this one maybe a little less.
A little
less cheese.
Less
because
cheese.
We're gonna add the bacon, and we're gonna add the tomatoes to it.
All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. How's that looking for you? That's
just a little bit more on the side.
That's a little.
Okay.
Sure it's covered. Oh, hold on, we got a little
I see.
spot in the
Yeah,
middle.
there we
go.
It uncovered. That's good. And I got this. This is like this.
You sure I don't need to put a little bit?
Just maybe right in those little areas right there. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you to put that on top of there.
Okay, all right.
See how it's getting a little golden.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can decide if you want to put a little bit more butter on top.
It
or
looks
you think
perfect. What do you think?
Well, it looks fine, but you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna flip it over, and it will get a little bit more butter first. And I think we don't need to add anymore. Can you?
Okay.
Can you flip it over?
Well, we gonna see.
All right.
Yeah, we about to find out. We're about to find out.
Flip it over without
there we
losing
go.
any of that cheese.
Didn't lose it. You see that? Not a single shred was lost.
So you know, you just press down on it.
All right.
Now, on a couple of recipes that I looked at, or a couple of times I've seen people do, they may actually even add cheese to the top of the bread.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of cheese.
I love my cheese, but that's a lot.
That's a lot of cheese.
So a grilled cheese with cheese in it and cheese
on top of it, because they say it makes it a little bit more crunchier too.
Can we be honest?
Yeah, okay.
Can we be honest? People be doing too much. Yeah, people be doing too much. People, that's a lot of cheese.
Now I'm just gonna put this bacon just so to get some of the, because I did it a few minutes ago, so we're gonna put a little bit of heat on it.
Okay.
So you can periodically turn that over to see if it's getting a little, you know, you want to
cheese
have
is starting to melt there already.
Yeah, starting to melt a little bit.
Turn the bacon over?
Yeah, well, you can turn your thing over, flip it over one more time. We're gonna go ahead.
You call it a thing. I call it this masterpiece.
This masterpiece that you're creating right there.
Yeah,
see
this masterpiece.
It's starting to look delicious.
Yeah,
starting to look delicious. So now that looks pretty good. We're gonna add some tomatoes, and I think we probably do 2 tomatoes to this one.
Okay.
All
right. Now, this tomato, you kind of lay it like that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Like this.
All right.
Kind of like that.
I think it looks perfect. Now we're gonna add this bacon to the top of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use that one.
I was gonna say, do I just pick it up with
Well, if you're at the house maybe, but since we aren't here, we're not.
Okay, right, all right, okay.
Yeah,
That bacon warmed up quick.
Yeah, don't take long. That little skillet, it's seen its share of this kitchen. So, and then we're gonna put the bread on top.
You gotta make sure that's distributed.
Yep. And you could have used the same, you could have actually used the same one, but that's fine. Oh, that one got a little toast there, but you know.
That's fine. Which
that's
means,
a good looking one.
Yeah, which means this on this side is probably starting to look the same way.
So you're gonna flip it over.
Boom! There we go.
Hey, that's a piece of the bread.
Yeah, that's a piece of bread.
All right, so we are basically finished with fixing the grilled cheese. Our tomato soup should be just about ready. So once we come back, we'll be ready to taste the grilled cheese.
We're ready to eat.
The tomato soup as well as the turkey helper that you've done there. So we be right back to get a little taste.
All right.
Quick and easy.
All right, we'll be right back.
Ladies,
we're at the best part.
All right.
We're at the best part. Well, we're gonna taste our turkey helper and our 2 different kind of grilled cheese with our creamy tomato soup on the side. Which one are we gonna do first?
Your choice.
All right, let's do the turkey helper first. Then.
Thank you, sir.
Have you ever had it with turkey instead of hamburgers? All right, well, we'll all try together for the first time. Let's pray. God, we thank you for this food. We thank you for this fellowship. Please bless the food and use it for the nourishment of our bodies. Amen.
Amen. Yeah. Turkey helper. With a 12.
Well,
Not bad. Not bad.
No.
No. I didn't put any salt in here. Can y'all taste the sodium? I can taste it.
yeah.
You say you didn't have to boil the noodles.
Warm in the pot.
It's a quick, easy meal. And it tastes good. You can feed the whole family with it. Well, all right. There we have it. Meal number 1. Like I said, it's quick, it's easy. You can feed your whole family with it. All right.
Stop. Yep. Remind me of growing up.
Mm-hmm.
First of the month, we got hamburger helper.
First of the month.
First of the month.
All right.
Well,
Since we got soup on there, I won't hand it to you. I just slide it over to you. Now,
Okay.
now we have our 2 grilled cheese sandwiches. Good tomato soup.
yeah.
Oh wow, it actually is.
Yeah, it is.
Creamy basil. Tomato basil. And you know you can dip the grilled cheese in the soup.
Do you dip?
I'm a dip today.
Do you dip?
You dip it.
I guess I better dip then.
Oh wow.
I've never dipped before.
This soup is
I'm not normally a dipper.
sandwich good though.
That's good.
It does add something to it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I see what people do. It does add something to it.
it do.
All right, now.
The tomato and the bacon.
Now, I don't normally do tomato with my grilled cheese,
Yeah.
so there's gonna be another
It's
first.
a first for me too, Pastor.
Well,
That's all right.
It's okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
you could add a little bit more cheese.
Oh, add a little, yeah, a little bit more
Little
cheese.
bit more
It's
cheese.
hard to go wrong with more
I don't
cheese.
know.
But if you like tomatoes,
This soup is delicious.
it gives it a good substance to it. And then, of course, the bacon always gives it that good extra something. So,
You see we eating.
I'm not. Add it real well.
Just so you know.
ladies, these meals are quick, they're easy, they're good. So, when you need a quick, easy meal, some of these things, none of this is new, but maybe you forgot about them. So, these are some meals that you can do with the turkey helper instead of hamburger, with the grilled cheese, with tomatoes and bacon, and with the creamy, what is creamy?
Creamy tomato basil.
Creamy tomato basil soup by Progresso. So next time you're in a rush, keep some of these in mind. Until next time, anything you want to say, ladies, on the way out?
Delicious.
Delicious. Thank you for actually the opportunity to be a part of Pastor Chef. It's been wonderful.
It has. Thank you, Pastor.
We're coming up on a year, aren't we?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
we
coming
are.
up on here.
We're coming up on a year, though. We've been doing this for a year.
Yes, yes.
With a whole lot of different recipes and people
Yeah.
that have come through.
Guest chef, great guest chef.
And let me say, and the Lord has brought us
Us
through.
Yes.
He brought us through.
Yes.
First time, matter of fact, let's reminisce for a minute.
Oh, Lord.
You remember the first time we did this? First time we did this, we were at the
At
church.
the church,
At the
yes.
church.
And right before we started to film, the refrigerator turned on and made all that loud noise. But the refrigerator where it is too big to
Yeah.
move to unplug.
Yeah.
So it was a good start. It was very.
Sure was.
Now here's the question: do you remember what we cooked that first time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shrimp delight, shrimp, Cajun shrimp,
Shrimp and everything was air fried and pan
pan
fried.
fried,
Shrimp.
yes. Zucchini, squash,
Mhm.
bell
It was
peppers,
It was. Oh yeah.
Cajun
Yeah.
seasoning,
Yeah.
a dewy sausage.
Yeah. So thank you.
You welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, cause y'all been on us with
Yes.
this journey a lot of y'all been on this journey with us for a year now. So
Yes.
thank you. We do this for you, all to the glory of the Lord.
Yes.
Be safe, be blessed. We'll see you next time.
Yes.
All right.
Pastor Chef.